First, you must ask yourself, are you wealthy?
Simple truth of the world is that most games, for someone to win, well, someone has to lose.
Most probably you ask yourself this question already, and it's 2020 or almost 2020, and you are asking, are you wealthy? Most probably not if you are not invested into the stock of the decade, because we are not only celebrating a brand new year, we are celebrating a new decade. And obviously here on the stock investing channel, we are talking about the stock of the decade, and surprise, surprise, it's not Apple, it's not Tesla, it's not Microsoft, and so on, so on and so forth. It's Netflix. You are using it every single day. I'm using it every single day, and it outperformed the S&P and any other stocks with easygoing. Just easygoing. So actually, the S&P in the last decade approximately returned 185%. Now, if you luckily invested in the newcomer on the block, which was 2010 Netflix, then you had a return of whooping 3,726.2% in just 10 years. Now, just to make a quick calculation here, if you have put $10,000 into Netflix in 2010, then you would have, let me just calculate, it would be around $468,000. Now, you might think, well, that's easy to say, but Netflix was a really small fish. And I agree with you, and that's why we are first diving a little bit of history. So it's 2010 and Netflix is already on the horizon because they are really making money by revolutionizing the DVD rental business. They became one of the biggest US or the biggest US postal client in the US. This means the following, that they send as many DVDs out to clients like no other company out there, and you could see a little bit of success over there. And if you are thinking how much streaming service they had already in 2010, when I want to invest in the streaming pioneer, they had zero. They just started streaming in 2010, so you can see you had to be really pioneering as well when you're thinking that this company will revolutionize how we experience television. Such a long industry, and that's why this company did so well, because they actually foreseen two big trends. First, obviously they have seen a lot of potential of the internet, and second thing, they knew already that actually one day you want to watch your favorite series and movies on the internet, and you will stream it via your computer, or the TVs will have smart apps and you will experience it on your computer. So to be so foreseen, you have to be really on the trends, and exactly this kind of points or data points that this company is coming out there, and they are beating companies like big companies back then into the movie rental business like Blockbuster, and really crushing it. And this is something that, you know, on one side can be very potential, but on the other side can be just a trend and they are gone in the next couple of years. But not the case with Reed Hastings, the founder and CEO's company Netflix. And if you think about it, even their name is showing you already what will happen with this company. Net for obviously the internet, and Flix for movies. So in some way, when they started out, they thought, hey, you know, the internet will be a big thing, and movies are a big thing, and this will always be the case in a couple of years. So we need to focus on this, and this is what they did, and this is what they did very successfully. And until today, there's no other company that putting so much money in the billions of dollars into streaming content, original streaming content. And you know, this is what helped them, if we're looking into the graphic right now, to outperform all other stocks or top stocks, best performing S&P 500 stocks if you have a look on the last decade. So you see with really 3,726% Netflix on the very top. Then you have other names like Abiomed or Broadcom, United Rentals, the gaming company Take-Two Entertainment Software, Align Technology, or even the chip manufacturer Nvidia. So all these big companies was outperformed by Netflix, and if we are looking into it, they really have grown from about $7 per share in 2010 to a whopping $300 price tag as of this recording. So this is really interesting, and they as I have said, they outperformed Disney, and they showed the very big players how to do it. And just 10 years later, the big companies like Disney, like Apple, they all trying to catch up. And this is what I see it will be difficult for them. Obviously, Disney has still a very big option to catch up because they are just the biggest content developer on earth with this magic of the Mickey Mouse, obviously, and huge content portfolio already, so they can just take the rights of Marvel and make a series out of it, which I believe is the future of Disney Plus. On the other side, you have also Apple Plus, and this is something that I believe is a strategy where Apple is just offering something in addition to all the other services. So I think you will get the package at Apple. They will not be the #1 streaming company worldwide. That's not the case. And just to show you how big Netflix meanwhile is in streaming, they are responsible for 15% of all downstream traffic in the whole world. So I believe this is ridiculous. Just to understand how much people are watching Netflix, I didn't found a person that I met over the last couple of months and years that they don't know what Netflix is or even don't tried it yet. So in addition to that, I think Netflix is doing, beside the content strategy, something else very good, and this is customer friendly. And if you are looking into companies that was customer friendly for a very long time, then you know that this is a very big factor for success. For example, Amazon is really #1 customer orientated and customer focused, and on the other side, Netflix do the same. They don't show you any other ads or anything, so you can really enjoy for a very low price if you consider that, the monthly access to all the content in your country is just about, I think, $10. I don't know, because someone else is paying for me. However, you can see that this is still a big value to get Netflix for you to watch. And on the other side, you see that they are very customer friendly. I know many people that are sharing their accounts, and Netflix is just say, whatever, just consume our content. One of you guys will pay, enjoy with your family, get to know to the brand, get to know to a good series, and then, one day maybe they will introduce a little bit of advertising, though the Reed Hastings CEO always said there will be always never two things on Netflix, and this is advertising and the second is news or sports. So, but as you know, never say never. Therefore, I'm really curious how this all develops further. Now, Netflix has approximately a market value of $130 billion. This is really big, but still, let's say, compared to, for example, the big content factory Disney, it's approximately the half, a little bit more than the half of their market value. And the recommendation on the stock market is also very positive. If you're looking that 43 analysts are looking into the stock, 27 recommend to buy it, and 11 saying hold the stock, and just 5 recommend selling it. Now you're thinking, what else is so important important for the success of Netflix and how I or you or anybody else on the stock market can see or find the next Netflix. So I think the very interesting part is that they really found the next trends, like I said, internet and streaming, and they invested heavily. So they put making profit to the side and really thought that we need to invest more and we need to invest more to have this 10 years that they have already as advantage in streaming with all the experiences, with all the content that they have. There's so many interesting and award-winning series meanwhile that are streaming on Netflix. There's even the new movie The Irishman, where they invested more than $130 million into one movie with Al Pacino, with Robert De Niro, with another very, very important actor, and they used CGI and directed by Martin Scorsese, which is a really, I think this is the first movie that will get an Oscar definitely from Netflix. So I think the next Oscars, the next Academy Awards will be very interesting because it will be the very first time when Netflix will win an Oscar actually. So this is something interesting to watch. And also, you know, the customer friendly, I think this is a huge point. And I had once a very good advice by a professional investor who once told me, if you want to see the next trends, just go through the world with open eyes, because if you see the people holding more and more iPhones, you think maybe, oh, Apple is a good investment. Maybe you see lots and lots of people wearing or having this green coffee bottles or coffee cups, then you know, okay, maybe Starbucks will be a thing. So always go openly through your world, through your environment, and see what is really interesting, what is trendy. And like this, you can really make a lot of money. And maybe then once with you together, we can find the next Netflix. And of course, subscribe to this channel to make sure that you don't miss any daily vlog. I'm vlogging every single day about the stock market. And thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you want to know on the comments, and which next video you might want from me for you here on this vlog. So thank you very much for watching and see you tomorrow, guys.